All right. We got How We Ruined Dogs by your boy Big T. Oh, baby.
Dogs. They are the friggin' best, dude. They're always there for us. They love us unconditionally, and their babies are cuter than our babies, which...
True. Our babies are... Bro, and you showed like a nice version of our babies. Like the initial look of our babies. Oh, God. You don't even want to know what they look like. Ugh.
From a survival instinct standpoint, doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. But I don't know, dude. I'd much rather hang out with this than that.
True.
Evolution be damned. But that's just the
Yeah.
thing. We have bred these things to defy the natural order of the world. They used to be a utility.
Yeah, so to my knowledge, which is extremely limited, like most dogs, I'm pretty sure, are like GMO dogs, or like genetically modified organisms, and I don't know, they're like selectively breeded. Like if like back in the day there was like a batch of dogs, they would take like, I don't know, the best one and have that one, grow up and then just mate with like another female version of that dog, like the best version, or like maybe a smaller version, or whatever the breeder wants to raise. Maybe it's a smaller one, maybe it's a fluffier one, maybe it's a behavioral thing, maybe it's a more rabid, aggressive like dog. And they would just do that, like constantly doing that, like the selective breeding thing. And isn't it something like every dog has some degree of like wolf in them or some shit? I think that's true. Don't quote me though.
Utility, like hunting, farming, protection. And yes, we've made a couple breeds hyper good at those specific jobs, but it's a known fact that when you start playing God, it's pretty hard to shut that valve off. I mean, look at this thing. Look at these weird, shitty abominations. This thing specifically has made God cry. In this video, I'm going to explain how we as humans, as a society, have ruined dogs, and how those dogs have ruined us. And yes, disclaimer, I am an outspoken cat owner, but there's no real bias here. When I was younger, I had a lot of dogs. Cats are a pretty recent development in my...
Same. When I was younger, I owned both cats and dogs, and I'll say it, bro. Like, dogs are just way easier to maintain. They are lower maintenance. Cats, I mean, you could argue cats are pretty low maintenance too, but like, there's a bunch of other bullshit that comes along with cats. Depending on how you raise your pet, yes, they could pee and poop everywhere, but just train them a little and whatnot. But that takes some degree of effort. But at least dogs don't bring back random animals that they went out and killed. All right, cats do. I can't tell you how many times when I owned a cat, that little sucker like ran off outside. And then I'd be sad because he like left or whatever. And then he'd be like coming back. But he would have like either like a bird, a squirrel, an armadillo, a mole, a snake. Did I say rabbit? I don't know. I probably did. I think he brought back a turtle one time. Jesus. Like, holy shit. I had like a little killer. It was insane. I was not prepared for the amount of just bullshit that the cat's name was Cuddles, by the way. And he was a nice cat, but god damn it, dude. He was just he kept on bringing back too many dead animals. Like, Jesus. Calm down.
My life. So when I'm talking shit about dogs, I'm not just doing it to talk shit. I want the best for these little guys. And I don't know what this is, but it's not the best. So I just wanted to start this video off strong by taking some of the world's most favorite breeds and talking about how we ruined them pretty horribly. I mean, the term purebred is super misleading. Although it sounds like the dog has perfect genetics and...
Purebred just sounds like some bullshit buzzword that like, you know how like the meat industry is like 100%, what do you call it? Grass-fed, cage-free, and all these other like buzzwords, buzz phrases. purebred just sounds like another one of those buzzwords. Like it doesn't mean anything. Like maybe to some degree, it's like it's supposed to mean like this is a 100% of this type of dog, and it mated with another dog that was 100% of that type of dog, but just female. And then it's like it made another 100% type of dog. It's like, yeah, that's probably not true. That's probably just a buzzword.
And a flawless pedigree, it's pretty much the exact opposite. For instance, number 1, the Golden Retriever. An absolute classic of a family favorite. I challenge you to go to an affluent suburb and not find one of these things wearing a seasonal bandana. They really are some of the best dogs in terms of looks and personality. It's a basic pick, but it's one of the best. You know, except for its horrendous health issues. Horrendous. Over the years, we've been breeding these things to look like the perfect toilet paper commercial dog. But we did that through inbreeding, which is historically...
Oh, yeah. Well, when you put it like that, shit. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, because the whole inbreeding thing, essentially, one concern is, at least for animals, or the concept in general is like, you reduce your immune system and its effectiveness to combat, I don't know, viruses, germs, so on and so forth, like to combat sickness, infection, all this other jazz. Because if you want to have like a strong like immune system, you need to like go out and find like somebody like that's not a part of your family tree. And this is especially true, it seems, also the case of dogs. But I didn't really realize that they were just doing that with dogs. Okay, you're brother and sister, and you're just gonna make some more babies. It's like, okay, and you're gonna turn up like this, and you can always tell with the eyes.
A notable blunder. So forcing these adorable creatures into banging their mom and sister has led to some horrible symptoms, including but not limited to hyperthyroidism, sudden hair loss, bouts of aggression, their hips pop out, their knees pop out, and last but not least, cancer. A lot of cancer. 60% of these dogs die from cancer.
Jesus.
I mean, good God, stop making these things. And then we have pugs. I don't even know what...
Oh, God. God help the pugs, dude. From, like, the day they are born, they just cannot breathe right. Like, look at how mushed. I mean, he's a cute little guy, but look how mushed his face is. He can't even breathe right. He's got so much, like, skin on his face.
We were going for here. This is like a prank that went way too far. I mean, before we haphazardly bred these things to look like steaming piles of malformities, they were kind of normal looking. Taller.
Hey, don't call controller players that.
With longer legs, longer noses, and like slim builds. But now it just looks like we forced them into pressurized...
What is this? What the fuck? This is your average controller player. Right here.
Cans of tennis balls in their formative years. And due to the weird human need to make these things look like squishmallows, their health is in the toilet. First of all, they can't breathe. And if you look at this dog for more than 2 seconds, you'll understand why. It looks like they strictly chase parked cars. And they're also prone to all sorts of types of infections.
Wait, what is this? To thin? Even the thin one looks like mushed. To obese, which is like... It looks like an overcooked hot dog right here. Oh my God. And that's the male one. The male one's got more fat. And this is the female one. This looks like a blown out, like a big Tic Tac.
And they also have a much higher risk of cancer and heart disease. A dog shouldn't have heart disease. That's an old man thing who's been eating hot dogs his whole life. This should not have heart disease. Oh, also their eyes fall out. Just pop out of their heads every once in a while. Pugs are like IKEA furniture that you had a...
How could you own a dog that could probably happen to? That's so unnerving. That's nightmare fuel.
Bunch of leftover pieces after you built it and you just kind of ignored it, and then 4 years later you put a coffee mug on a table and it implodes. That's what a pug is. And then we have cockapoos, a mix of cocker spaniels and poodles. Now growing up, my family was a
cockapoodle? Cockapoos? Cockapoodles?
Family. I had several of these growing up. Don't know why.
Oh, cockapoos. There's no way that's the real name of that dog. There's no shot. He just made that up.
My mom just really fucked with them. I didn't have any say in the matter, but they were good dogs. They're super trendy too. I can't go 5 blocks in my New York City neighborhood without
Cockapoo Cafe? Bro, these people are just milking the shit out of the dog's name so they can put cock and poo like on the wall and be like, it's a cockapoo cafe. It's a dog. You mind in the gutter human being. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's a cockapoo. Bro, this is like a bad sex move.
seeing 6 of these things, or a golden doodle. But I don't like golden doodles. Their heads are too big. They're like horses. Anyway, but I mean, aren't cockapoos the cutest little things, honestly? They're super smart, they're hypoallergenic, and they also are genetically predisposed to have this thing called rage syndrome.
What?
They have a thing called rage syndrome. They are genetically predispositioned to have hate in their hearts.
Oh, Jesus. I don't want that dog. Berserker blind rage syndrome as a potentially new diagnostic category for the DSM-3. What the fuck?
Syndrome means they will explode in sudden acts of aggression out of literally nowhere. It's usually when they're like slightly falling asleep or dozing off and you rock up trying to get a cute little cuddle and all of a sudden you're missing your eye and half your upper lip. My dog Chip definitely has that and my mom just refuses to acknowledge it and she blames me like I did something wrong when my dog snaps at me. Very victim blaming, Jill. And on top of that, they're also prone to joint trouble, ear infections, hereditary eye problems, skin conditions, and metabolism related, fuck, I got so close to getting that out. And metabolism related disorders, which is, you know, run of the mill for common purebred breeds, but
Jesus.
The rage syndrome is crazy. Am I not insane for thinking?
Rage syndrome. That's kind of crazy to think about. Like a dog can just have that. Like I have rage. Like imagine if a human could say that they have that. I have rage syndrome, and you could get away with that, and that's like a real thing that you like a human could have. I feel like this is like made up. But it's a real thing just for the sake of the fact that it's an animal. And in general, people will always think animals are just like lesser than them. It's like, we'll just give them some fake little diseases and it's okay. But rage syndrome, is rage syndrome a real thing for humans? There's no way.
And finally, we have Collies, one of the most American dog breeds. It's Lassie. Everyone loves Lassie.
Actually, this dog is not American. It comes from, I think, Northern Ireland. I just really thought this dog was American.
I always thought these dogs rode the line of the...
That is like... I used to watch Lassie, and I always wanted a dog like this. Like... Because, like, when you're a little kid, your knee-jerk thing is like, it's so fluffy and fuzzy and furry. But meanwhile, I go to my friend's house that has this type of dog, and they're like, yeah, dude, it sucks. There's hair everywhere. So then I was like, oh, don't want to deal with that. I'll just come to your house if I want to play with the little dog. This is the greatest dog that your friend has, not you personally.
Uncanny valley. Like, they're big and fluffy and adorable, but then their face is shaped like a birthday cone. And that cannot be a good thing for nature. And my hunch was correct, because they didn't used to look like that, and now they're genetically predisposed to have epilepsy, hip dysplasia, heart disease, and bone disorders?
What?
Their bones get fucked up? Jesus Christ. So in spirit, we killed Lassie. We as a nation have killed Lassie. Just get a mutt. What are we doing? Stop breeding these things. Get a mutt.
Pay to lose.
So now that we know that getting a purebred dog can be a kind of a dick move, let's talk.
And that purebred dog is probably gonna be bought by someone that has like a bunch of excess money, because I don't know, for the most part, I don't really see like poor people having dogs. The only types of dogs like poor people have are like pit bulls and Rottweilers. And pit bulls and Rottweilers are like the quintessential like rage dog or whatever, because they were like raised and bred for like, I don't know, fighting and protecting and all this other shit. And some people will be like, oh, they're not inherently or intrinsically like that. It comes down to the owner and how that's trained. Yes, I will agree with you, But why is it that anytime I turn on Judge Judy and there's a dog case, it always involves a pit bull or a Rottweiler? Seldom is it any other type of dog. If it is any other type of dog, that dog is the victim of a pit bull or a Rottweiler attack. Like, get the heck out of here with this crap.
About how much of a bad investment it is. It's time to play America's favorite game show, Guess That Obscene Price. I cannot believe how many concepts this segment fits into. Today I've calculated the price of the dog as well as the costs that come with owning such a malformed creature over the course of its depressingly short lifespan. Number 1, we have the French Bulldog, popular amongst retired old ladies and clout-chasing influencers who thought these dogs just knew how to skateboard. These guys are admittedly kind of cute, but they are genetically predispositioned for diseases such as heat stroke, hip dysplasia, and ulcers.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, how much do we think these
ulcers? Oh, Jesus.
Little medical marvels cost? For a purebred, you're paying $4,000 up front just to own one of these things. But wait, there's more. With high insurance costs, because these things are practically lemons, and constant vet bills because of all their issues, you're going to be paying on average $2,000 a year, which over a 10-year lifespan, you're looking at $24,000 just to...
Bro, you could have bought a car with this. You literally could have just bought a car.
Own this dog, and the only number I'm upset about is that 10-year lifespan. Oh my god. Number 2, how about the Afghan Hound, the only dog that's genetically designed to look like it needs to ask for the manager, despite its
that was actually a good one.
upsetting appearance. These dogs are expensive. It costs you $2,000 just to get a puppy.
Bro, this is like the model of a dog. You know how like models are just like genetically just picked because they're taller and shit? They got like long legs, long arms, long torso, just they look like a Dark Souls endgame boss or some shit with how long they are. They got long necks and all that shit. That's what this dog looks like. Like these legs, I would expect to see this type of leg from like a Dark Souls boss or something.
But if we've learned anything, it's that the more expensive a puppy is, the closer it is to death. This video is making me so sad. They're predisposed to cataracts and hyperthyroidism, and hyperthyroidism is such a bummer. And with all that entailed, they're going to be spending up to $3,000 a year. It's more.
What the? Bro, did you put like hair conditioner all over your dog? Like, I want to just like take a shear, like some lamb shears, and just shear all this hair off. It's like the dog has better hair than like most people. Jesus. This dog is flexing on you because it looks better than you.
More fucked up than the Bulldog. And with an average 12-year lifespan, you're going to be spending $39,000 just to own this dog. Why would...
What? 39K? Bruh. Jesus. I can't imagine spending that much money for a dog, for an animal. Like, what?
You do that. And that's before any of the grooming fees you have to spend to keep this thing looking like a nightmare version of Julia Roberts. How about a Samoyed? Known for being the cutest goddamn things on earth.
Oh, these things are so cute. They are. They really are. I had a buddy that had one of these type of dogs. Oh my god. It was like a walking cloud. Like a little accumulus cloud. Just walking around. Oh my god. And he was so chill too. He was so chill.
I love this dog so much. A high-quality Samoyed puppy can cost up to $6,000, which, if you don't know, is a lot of goddamn...
He's a walking cotton ball, dude. Get out of here.
Money. But despite the fact that they're always smiling and look like they're little cloud angels, their bodies are rapidly falling apart. They're prone to corneal dystrophy, autoimmune conditions, and cardiac disorders that can amount to $5,000 yearly.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. So with the average lifespan of 12 years, you're going to be paying $66,000. You're paying...
Over the course of about 10 years. No shot, dude. No shot.
The amount of money you would get for a brand new BMW i4.
Yeah.
And instead you're spending that money to keep this thing alive when it clearly just...
Or instead of spending that $66K on one car, you could buy 2 or 3 cars with that $66K. Maybe even probably 4. Or 5 even. Like, you could get cars on cars with $66K. 66 K. You know?
wants to die, but you could probably make that money back just by making an Instagram for one of these things, because everyone likes looking at them. I love looking at them. They make me so happy, and they're so cute and loving, but Jesus Christ, they're built to not last. And finally, we have the Tibetan Mastiff, the cutest thing on earth that will tear out your throat with zero hesitation.
Jesus.
These guys are actually an ancient dog breed that were bred to protect monks in their temples, which is cool as shit. So I want you guys to do the math on this one. Using everything we've learned so far, every dog has gotten...
Well, no shot it gets into the 6 digits. No way.
A little bit more expensive. There is a theme. There is a pattern. How much do you think this dog costs? $1.9 million.
What? Well, bro, he skipped a digit. He went from the 6 digits to like the 100,000 to like the 7 digits.
Kinda, actually. There was one dog that sold for $1.9 million because they said it had tiger blood in it. That was...
What? That's actually cool. You know, there was like some rich idiot that was like, "Oh, the dog got tiger blood." At some point, there was a dog and a tiger fucking. I gotta buy me one of those.
Kind of a joke. That was a fun one. I just wanted to...
Oh shit. Okay, fuck you, dude. You got me.
Lighten the mood while I talk about the saddest fucking thing I've ever talked about in a video ever.
But honestly, it didn't sound too far-fetched though.
So now that I have talked about how much we have fucked up dogs as a species, I want to talk about how much dogs have fucked us up. I don't know what's happened in the last 30 years, but we have become way too into pampering our dogs. Why am I still holding the mic like this? We've gotten way too into pampering our dog. I'm all for buying the fancy dog food so it lives longer and putting it in a cute doggy hotel instead of a kennel when you go on a work trip. But besides that, that's the limit. Things get too weird after that. So I have found the most ridiculous dog-themed establishments that I want to make fun of because they are ridiculous. Number one, dog restaurants.
Oh yeah, that's actually a thing. I wish I was... This has to be like a city thing. This is 100% a city thing. There's no way you're gonna just pull up to like some like rural area and you pull past like there's like you're going down like a stretch of road and the one building you see is just like dog restaurant. You're not gonna see that. This is probably like on a corner somewhere in some city, and it's like dog restaurant for dogs only. And then when the first time you pull up, you're like, "Oh, can I eat too?" And the people are like, if you want to eat dog food only, you could. Because what does this look like? Is this like a waffle and some oats? And is this like red meat, like steaks and an egg and some arugula? What the fuck?
Could you be more white, please? I'm not talking about dog-friendly restaurants. I'm talking about restaurants for dogs. Can I think of a bigger waste of time? You don't have to lie and say you're Pomeranians and emotional support.
Bro, Pomeranians are... I used to own a Pomeranian. I don't know how I got it. I was very little. And what was his name? I think we called him like Chewbacca or something. Because I couldn't think of anything better. He was just a ball of fur. He was the cutest little thing.
Animal like you do at Applebee's. No, this place is expecting 6 feet through the door. Literally have a whole dog menu. A whole menu for dogs and little dog tables for the dogs. Each meal is about $20 for a dog, and they have dishes such as peanut butter pancakes and yak and chicken.
This has to be like... These are like the smallest stack of pancakes that you could probably imagine. Like a dog-sized stack of pancakes where it's like...
Cheese waffles. What the fuck? Just the most insane white people should have ever seen. I don't want to trash on my own people, but get it together, guys.
But yeah.
These things used to hunt caribou.
No, we're pretty retarded.
In packs, and now they're going to brunch. Although the name of the restaurant is called Chateau Le Wouf, which that is cute. Number two, we have all-day dog spas. Not dog groomers, spas. It's a spa for a dog. A full retreat for your dog. I wasn't aware that playing fetch and barking at nothing all day was so fucking stressful. But seeing as we have bred some of these things into anxious balls of existential dread, I can understand why they might need a day off.
Bro, I have never been to a spa myself. You think I'm gonna take an animal to a spa before I go? Oh my god. How boring do you have to be like, I think I'm gonna take my dog to the spa. Yes, indeed.
The dog experience comes with a spa where they get massaged, aka pet by a stranger for money. You can just ask anyone to do that. Everyone loves petting dogs. Why are you spending money on that?
Yeah.
A pool for lounging around, a luxurious exercise walk on insanely fancy grounds, a shampoo bubble bath. Dogs don't like baths. That's not relaxing for a dog.
Yeah.
Why are we lying to ourselves? And then they finish the day with some tea and biscuits, some organic dog biscuits, and some stuff called Earl Greyhound tea. Which, once again, that's cute as shit, but it's still ridiculous. There's also...
I mean, it's cute and it's good marketing.
dog amusement parks. like a dog knows what the fuck is going on. Bring your dog to the park.
And besides, aren't dogs like colorblind or some shit? Doesn't he just see like shades of gray in whatever this is? I don't. Maybe it's like dog specific. I'm pretty sure. Like, I have no idea, but I always heard that like dogs are colorblind, or maybe it was just like certain breeds are colorblind. So maybe he's leaving like some color. Maybe it's like dulled out, but it's like kind of gray, but kind of colory. I don't know.
Dog knows what the fuck is going on. Bring your dog to the park. It has no fucking clue that how much money you're spending on this and how much more fun it is. Just throw it a stick. That's all it needs. I also found a dog water park called Dog Splash Bark, which once again, adorable. No fucking way that's profitable. How many people are showing up for that? And finally, we have dog chiropractors. This is not really a location. It's just something I'm really passionate about. Don't bring your fucking dog to a chiropractor. Don't.
Oh yeah, it's hard enough just convincing a regular human person that a chiropractor is a good idea. Subluxations? Are you kidding me? Like, I could fix that right now. Like, and now you're gonna tell me my dog has subluxed, what do you call it? Like spinal pieces? Like, get out of here. Like, you see like some of these like chiro videos of like the extreme cracking and like how surprised people get when they are like they do the head jerk or whatever. And then all of a sudden you want to do that to an animal and then like have completely the wherewithal of like what's going on. Like some of those could be kind of painful. Like getting all of your like spine like cracked and twisted and all that stuff. It's jarring.
Don't do that. Have you seen these videos where people are bringing their dogs to a douchebag with a fake degree to twist their spine until it snaps? Look how scared this dog is, and it does nothing for the
he don't
dog.
like that.
In fact, it can actually really hurt.
Oh, Jesus. Did you see the ears? Where was that?
These videos where people are bringing their dogs to a douchebag with a fake degree to twist their spine until it snaps? Look how scared this.
Like, look at the ears and the tail. It's like way down here. He's like digging. He don't like that. Bro, he's about to like just unleash.
This dog is, and it does nothing for the dog. In fact, it can actually really hurt the dog. It can really fuck up the dog if they do it wrong. Stop bringing your dogs to chiropractors. Stop going to chiropractors. I actually have a lot to say about chiropractors.
Oh, here we go.
Pseudoscience bullshit. I mean, for one, it's not
Angry rant has been cut due to profanity and time restraints.
I mean, the guy who invented it thought if you swallowed some fucking magnets, it would cure cancer. He's a fucking lunatic. It's pseudoscience.
True.
What was I talking about?
But it does feel good. I had it done one time.
Dogs? Right, dogs. The conclusion of this video is you just need to buy a mutt. If you're gonna get a dog, go to a shelter and buy a mutt. They just have so much love to give. They are miles above every other dog in terms of health because they're not fucking...
Oh, and taste, too. Like, do you know... what was it? Like, there was one instance... maybe a couple years ago where, what was it? Somewhere in China or Japan. Like dogs in America are like a domesticated animal, and we see them as pets and friends, and we put a lot of personification on them. In some instances, you know, that's probably not the healthiest thing, but whatever. Other countries don't view dogs the same way. There is like some city or something. Maybe it's China, maybe it's somewhere else. I forgot exactly where, but somebody was like recording on their phone of all of the cooked dog that was going down, and they're just like walking down the street, and it was like vendor after vendor of like dogs in cages, dogs just hanging by like there. You know how you like there's that image of like chickens of like defeathered and like like everything's cut off and de-organed, like de-blooded and all that shit, and they're just like hanging, and it's like, oh, come look at this chicken. Like that instance happens with dogs too. Like not everybody views dogs the same as Americans. Some countries, they eat those things, dude.
Inbred to shit, and there's a million of them waiting to be adopted at shelters. I'm gonna put some links down below to help you guys find a shelter, but if you just Google dog shelters near me, you're gonna find them. You don't really need me. And if you're on the fence about shopping and not adopting, and you really want a palm ski or whatever the fuck, I just implore you to go and visit the shelter and tell me you don't walk out of there with the most amazing, loving creature you've ever seen in your life, and not something that is just melting.
This is your average controller player. again. Just want to reiterate that. Average controller player.
That it is falling apart because you just wanted to have that perfect look.
Since he brought the picture up again.
Sorry about last Saturday. I was sick and I didn't like the video I was making. And there's a lot of reasons why I didn't post last Saturday, but I am sorry. Oh, and thank you guys for 1.2 million. I just hit that yesterday.
Nice.
Thank you so much. BTOUTBABY.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Heck.
Dogs. They are.
Okay. That was funny. Oh, man. Yeah, we really did ruin dogs, though. And it's like, if you ever want to get a dog, like, do not get, like, the pure breeds ones, dude. I mean, yeah, everyone always really wants, like a puppy version. Nobody wants, like, much the same way that people view, like, maybe kids and adopting kids. It's like, wait, if you want to adopt a kid, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but, like, everyone usually trends to buy, or not buy. Jesus, I'm so morbid. Everyone wants to, like, adopt when they're really young. Nobody wants to take on, like, a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old with like baggage or some shit already. You know, it's the same thing with dogs. If you're gonna, like, adopt a dog from the shelter or something, you want to do that when they're young, like really young, just so they don't have all these like predispositions in their head of like, oh, my previous owner was a fucking asshole to me. I don't know if you're gonna be the same way, so I'm just gonna be like scared. But I mean, this video was funny. Oh my god, another banger from Big T. All right, so I'll catch you guys later on the next one. Peace.